Welcome to Cupid's Logic, where love meets predictive intelligence. We decode attraction, conflict, attachment, and compatibility, so you can know if it will last before you commit.
Picture this. Date 3. Fireworks. Inside jokes. The kind of night you text about later. Then a small fight. They say, "I'll call later." And then, nothing. A week passes, and suddenly you're the one trying to stitch together what happened. How did chemistry turn into a disappearing act? Welcome to Cupid's Logic. I am your host, Craig Pruitt, and today we are diving into a tiny clock that quietly predicts whether a relationship can actually repair and hold. I call it the Communication Latency Index, and it's smaller than you think, but more revealing than most grand gestures. Here's the short promise. You'll leave with 3 measurable timing signals, 3 low-drama tests to run this week, and practical thresholds that let you read patterns instead of panicking over single late messages. Quick note on why timing actually matters. Apologies and promises are words. Repair is behavior. When someone values the relationship and has emotional bandwidth, timing shows that priority. Fast, consistent repair reduces uncertainty. Slow or inconsistent repair piles it up, and uncertainty is what quietly eats away safety. Think of repair like currency. Some people spend it generously, others ration it. Timing tells you who's generous, who's cautious, and who's just running on fumes. Now the index breaks into 3 signals. 1, response latency to bids, how long from your check-in until they reply. 2, apology latency, time between harm and acknowledgement.
3, repair enactment latency, how long from promise to actual change. Each reveals a different piece of repair capacity. Let's take the first one, response latency. For non-urgent messages, low latency is under a few hours. Medium generally looks like same day or under 24 hours. High-risk patterns show up when someone routinely takes 24 to 72 hours. If the pattern drifts beyond 72 hours regularly, that's a significant signal, not proof of bad intent, but of low repair priority. Second, apology latency. Some people apologize quickly, others need space to process. That's fine, unless the pause never turns into action. Low-risk apologies arrive within 24 hours with clear acknowledgement. Medium can fall into a 48-72-hour window if a real repair plan follows. Higher risk is no apology, or one that appears weeks later with no behavior change. Quick question, what about jobs, kids, or time zones? Won't life throw off these windows? Great point. Context matters. Single late replies during crunch weeks are expected. The index looks for patterns across time, not the one-off. Always attach short context notes, work deadlines, travel, caregiving, so you interpret trends instead of punishing normal life disruptions. Third signal, repair enactment latency. This is the hardest and maybe the most important. It's the time between a promise and visible change. Low latency here means follow-through within days or a few weeks for complex habits. Medium looks like gradual, consistent improvements over a month. High risk is repeated promises with no sustained change. That's where trust compounds into something fragile. When you map the 3 together, you get a risk profile. Low-risk couples, short response times, timely apologies, and follow-through. Medium risk, mixed signals, fast texts but slow apologies, or the reverse. High risk, chronic delays across the board. And here's the tricky part. Magnetism, chemistry can hide these patterns for months. You forgive, explain away, and the latency hardens into a habit. Okay, 3 practical ethical tests you can run this week. Test 1, the 7-day inbox responsiveness check. Ask your partner if you can try a curiosity experiment. For 7 days, log median reply times for non-urgent messages and how often they initiate check-ins. Focus on medians, not single late replies. Test 2, the apology stopwatch. After a small, mutually agreed friction, track time from acknowledgement to apology.
Note specificity and immediate repair steps. Test 3, the micro repair challenge. Pick one tiny behavior to change, like checking in after an evening out or arriving on time for calls, and watch whether promises become practice over 2 weeks. And how do you score that without turning it into a surveillance thing? Important. Don't weaponize timing. Frame it as shared curiosity. Ask permission before tracking. Use aggregated patterns and attach short contextual notes. Work, travel, family. If your partner refuses to participate or becomes defensive, that reaction is itself data. The point is to spark a transparent conversation, not to catch or punish. Quick scoring rule of thumb. Collect 7 days, note medians for replies, record apology delays, and observe repair enactment across your 2-week micro-challenge. Label each metric low, medium, high latency, and look for consistent patterns. Improvements after shared awareness are a win. Persistent slow latency means you've gained clarity before deeper commitment. To recap, measure response latency, apology latency, and repair enactment latency. Run the 7-day inbox check, the apology stopwatch, and a micro-repair challenge. Interpret aggregated patterns with context, avoid single-event conclusions, and use the results to start honest conversations. If timing shifts faster after awareness, trust rebuilds. If not, you've saved emotional time and clarified whether this person can meet your repair needs. Are you ready for the truth? Visit cupidslogic.com/latency to download the full Communication Latency Index kit, templates, ethical scripts, and guided tools to run the 3 tests with respect. That kit walks you through scoring, conversation starters, and how to keep the experiment humane. Templates. Nice.
Thanks for listening to Cupid's Logic. Remember, you're not bad at relationships. You've been flying blind. If this episode landed for you, I would love to hear your thoughts on the tests. Share what you learn and how timing changed the conversation. Until next time, be honest with yourself and be kind in how you bring data into your love life.
Run the 3 tests this week and decide with clarity before you commit.
This has been Cupid's Logic. Stop flying blind in love. Visit cupidslogic.com and let the Prism engine reveal what your relationship data already knows.